So Andrew here has developed the Ultimate Stability Series. So this encompasses glutes, abs, and the lumbar spine. The whole portion here, that's really important. So please take us away.
All right, Dr. Danny, what I've developed here is through a lot of clinical experience. You'll tend to find that if we have poor hip extension, we'll make up for it in the lower back. We'll extend our lumbar spine to make up for poor hip extension. One of the major things here is we've actually got to get to the glute max to help with hip extension. But if you haven't turned the stability on all through the body, the compensation will take over. So there's a special way to put everything together: low back stability, abs, glutes, the total core as we really call it, and bring it all together pre-training or a movement that you should be doing at least twice a day. So Tilly, I'm going to get you to demonstrate the famous lock clam as the first exercise. Lying over inside, as we know, keeping the bottom leg straight, bending the top leg, leaning slightly back, and away we'll go, 15 reps. Normally 15 to 25 reps. Why do we do the clam first? The reason for the clam is this is abduction and external rotation of the femur. Now, when we think of glute max, we think of hip extension. But glute max has to be activated to assist in this movement. So it's not a direct hip extension movement, but abduction external rotation is recruiting glute max. So what I'm doing is I'm creeping into the glute max as a movement. I'm sort of tricking it, not letting it know it's really going to be asked to do hip extension yet. So coming in, getting the abduction external rotation done. Great, now the other side if we can, Till. So the idea here is we're looking at really aiming to get good lumbar spine stability coming up, but we've got to get there slowly. So we start with the perfect movement with the lock clam. And of course, we saw how just performing this movement increases lumbar spine extension. So we know that by stability, we increase ability. So we're going to work on the glutes with abduction external rotation to begin with. 15 reps at the moment for the demonstration, but I'll tend to like 25. That's looking good there, Tilly. Maybe two more, we'll call it 15. Looking good. Right, now, after having performed the clam, we now go onto the front and we're going to do a front plank, up on the elbows and toes. So, feet are separated, hands are separated, hands are never together. That's the famous AFL, I'm not using my abs pre-season footy plank. That means you can sit there and chat to your mates without actually using your abs. So by having the hands separated, elbows under the shoulders, feet separated around about under the hips, we hold this for about 30 seconds. The position here is great. Tilly's working her abs into basically a brace. A brace is a very functional thing. It's what we do when we lift. Okay, Tilly, now either side, whichever you like, we're going to do a side plank for 15 seconds approximately. Beautiful position, well set up underneath the shoulder with the elbow. I like one foot on top of the other because it decreases the base of support. It makes it harder. And we hold this position for about 15 seconds. Then Tilly, well, you get to turn over and do the other side now, 15 seconds. Now it's good. And over onto your right side, good. If we want to add a little bit extra work in there, Tilly might even try and lift the top leg off the bottom and down, just about a couple of reps like that. This makes it a little bit harder for those who wish for a little bit more activation work. Obviously, we're doing some glute stability here. We're also doing some ab work here. Things are integrating. Done the clams for abduction external rotation. We're doing the planks, good, and done there, Tilly. Right, the next movement we're going to do, we're going to move into a Renegade Row. Now, up on the hands and toes. In this position here, we're trying to maintain a perfectly stable pelvis. Nothing's going to move until he's going to try and touch her opposite shoulder. And down, and the other side, if you wish. We can do it all one side, or you can switch, alternate, it doesn't really matter. The major thing you're trying to do is keep the pelvis as level as possible. Not much sway at all. Feet should be just underneath the hips. This is tough work. This is actually really turning on the multifidus muscles in the lower back. It's also obviously going to really work your core by keeping your pelvis stable. Pretty tough work there, Tilly, isn't it? It's a tough one, a couple more reps. What we've done now, we've used the abs in our planks, but the abs working hard here. We've used the glutes and the clams. Multifidus is now in, stabilizing. Good, and you can relax there. And what I'm going to get you to do now is finish with prone hip extension. So face down the ground, hands underneath the pelvis, and knee bent to decrease the hamstrings interaction, and just lifting a couple of centimeters off and down. Perfect. You can even see here, Tilly's lower back is hardly moving at all because the Renegade Rows turned on the lumbar spine stabilizers really strongly. So did the planks, so did the side planks, so did the Clams. But now Glute Max is really able to perform hip extension. Hip extension now beautifully activated. We'll try the other side now, Till. So we got to Glute Max to get that hip extension that we're really looking for, but we had to get there through the Clams, we had to get there through the planks, we had to get there through the Renegade Row. Everything's set up now so when the hip goes to extend, the lumbar spine will not try and compensate the stability. This is the best series that sets you up for training. Everyone should be doing this about twice a day. Thanks there, Tilly. That looks great. You can relax there. So some people, when they try hip extension, they'll tend to feel it in their lower back. After that series, you will tend not to feel it in your lower back at all. You'll just feel how you've got good stability. So there it is. This is the ultimate stability series that I've developed. I think it works sensationally because it's got a very serious order to it. It has an end goal, which is to get that hip extension without the lumbar spine compensation. Enjoy that one.